Hey, you guys, welcome to the group. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I believe all of us experience, and that is self-sabotage. How do we break free from this? Well, I will tell you, I am still learning and I am still growing in this area as well because this is programmed in me. I was programmed from birth, from generations before me, to self-sabotage. So, why do we block ourselves from true success? Well, a lot of us have imposter syndrome. We are so worried about what everybody else is going to think. And I say we because, like I said, these are things that I still tend to experience. I'm no less human than anyone else. I've just been at it a little bit longer, and I have really great people around me who help me work through these things. So because of that, my goal is to now pay it all forward. I want to help you work through these things too. Think about how often we get in our own way without even realizing it. You guys, we have programming that just runs in our brains. And it's programming that stems from times that we don't even remember for most of us. A lot of these things are in our DNA. So, how do we break the cycle? Well, think about it. There's one reason why we stay stuck. We live in a world that promotes shortcuts, hacks, quick fixes. But the truth is, none of these things lead to lasting success. But that's why we stay stuck, because we don't want to do the work. We'll say things like, and you guys, I'm saying we because, like I said, like I've done this before. We will say things like, well, I don't have time. There's no way I can add that or do. But what we need to be doing is saying, okay, what should I be prioritizing? And you guys, I'm telling you, if you're not prioritizing you, that's a problem. And I didn't do it either. I'm a recovering people pleaser also. And I say recovering because, again, I can fall right back into that if I'm not careful. So, what I've had to start doing is take a step back. Before I make a decision or before I react, I take a moment with myself. And if people don't want that from me, that's okay because that's their problem, not mine. Real transformation requires patience, effort, and the willingness to push through discomfort. I used to have a tagline that said, "Welcome to the uncomfort zone." And the reason I said that is because I know that my growth would not have come without stepping into things that are uncomfortable. And I say are because it's present tense, you guys. Me stepping on stage in front of hundreds of people, whether it's bodybuilding or speaking, is not comfortable. But it's a challenge that I want to accept because I feel like inspiring and empowering others is my calling. And I can't fight my calling. Think about this. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and listen to all the podcasts. But if there's no action, nothing changes. And again, this was me. And I can still fall into the trap. That's why I have to really be self aware. So the real key is self awareness. Do you just go about life doing, or do you actually pull back and say, you know what? What could I have done better? Or maybe I did great. Maybe I need to give myself a pat on the back. because that's something else we don't do very well. I want you to think about these things. Some of the things that we can all work on when it comes to our health, business, and our growth is, again, chasing things that seem to work quickly. Now, when it comes to fitness and nutrition, which is a true passion of mine, if you've known me for a long time, you know that. This is where we end up falling into that trap the most. We don't want to track what we eat. We just want to restrict ourselves. We don't want to balance our macronutrients, which are carbs, proteins, and fats. We start fearing food instead of learning to embrace it. We don't want to stick to a plan long enough to see it work. See, what happens is because we're chasing these quick fixes, if we don't see the changes in like a month or two, we just quit and we move on to something else. But lasting change doesn't work like that. Think about if we're operating like that in our health, how are we operating in our business, in our relationships, in our personal growth? Are we looking for quick fixes? Or are we willing to buckle down, get around good people who actually want to see us grow and be successful? See, there's a reason why I came to convene communities. And it wasn't just because I wanted a community, because honestly, I didn't even know what I have now was possible back then. What kept me here was the people. See, they saw something in me that I didn't even see. And because of that, again, I get to pay this forward now. And that's why I have this community. That's why I have this group. And that's why I want you to feel seen, heard, and validated. I want you to be included. And I want you to know that 5 years ago, when I joined the platform, what you see today was not even in my thoughts. I wasn't mentally ready. My mindset was not there. I had to transition. I had to shift. I had to seek out therapists and coaches and mentors to help me get to this place. See, everything that you see in me is possible for you. You just have to want it. If you're stuck, it's because you haven't committed to the things that work. These are proven things that work. Not one of my nutrition certifications encouraged us to tell people to take out a macronutrient. Not one. You know what they did all say? And I have 3 nutrition certifications, and I also am certified as a bodybuilding coach. And absolutely none of those certifications promoted cutting out food groups. But you know what they did all say? Build healthier habits, track your foods, have a food diary. Think about it. If you're a business owner, it's the same thing. You have to track your progress. You have to track your finances. Now, I wasn't great at that, to be quite transparent. But I've gotten better over time because guess what? I made it important. That was the only difference. So, what can you do right now? Well, again, track your habits. Awareness leads to action. Start paying attention to what you're really doing. The second thing, shift your mindset. Stop chasing quick fixes, you guys. Commit to the long game. Because I will tell you from personal experience, that's where it's at. Take ownership. No one else is going to do this for you. See, that's something I realized today, as a matter of fact. I've been relying on other people. I have everything I need right inside of me. I have my faith and I have the ability to keep going. All we have to do is make the decision to change. We have to stop seeking external validation. And that can stem from childhood too. And believe me when I say I know that all too well. That's where mine came from. Always seeking external validation, wanting to fit in. But guess what? Those of us who are the thermostat, we're not meant to fit in. We will drive ourselves insane by trying to fit in. Romans 12:2 tells us, do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I'm not meant to conform. And maybe, just maybe, you're not either. The last tip I have for you is what you've done by being here. Find your community. Success doesn't come by yourself. Now, can you get to a certain point by yourself? Of course. But true success comes by having an abundance mindset and surrounding ourselves by people who want to see us win. We also have to surround ourselves with people who challenge us and uplift us. See, here's the thing that I also had to learn. I didn't do well with constructive criticism. And again, that was based from my childhood. I was always criticized as a child. I was made fun of. I was bullied. So I didn't take it very well when people did that in adulthood. But I had to start shifting that too. Because what I had to realize is there are people out there that actually care about me. And those are not my enemies. Those are my friends. Those are my family members. Because see, family isn't necessarily blood. Family is those who will come around you, support you, challenge you, and uplift you all at the same time. And I will tell you, I am grateful to have you here, and I'm grateful to be part of your family. I will challenge you. I will make you uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, I love you, and I'm grateful for you. And I want you to be proud of yourself because taking the first step and admitting we have areas in our lives that we might need to work on, it's tough. I remember the first time I had a financial coach and she said, I need to see your finances. And I said, oh, I don't think so. It's embarrassing, right? It can be. And, I say that a lot because when I'm coaching people and they're using the app, the First Form app, the first thing I say is put your pictures in. And I'll have so many people, they'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. And I get it because I definitely did not want to show anybody my finances. But I wouldn't have made progress in life without taking that step. It's uncomfortable, but we have to do it. See, as a coach, the pictures allow me to see changes that you may not see. So I ask people to put their pictures in consistently because that way I can point out things, I can point out progress where you may not see it because you see yourself every single day. And also, we don't see the shift here. We don't see that transformation. People around us might. but we don't give ourselves credit for the progress that we make. So I want to encourage you today to start doing that. Break free from self-sabotage. You guys, I live it too. But we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay stuck. Thank you for being here. And I can't wait to see you on our next call. Make sure you take the experience. Make sure you interact. Make sure you engage because this is your community. It might have the Lady Jade branding on it, but it wouldn't be a community without you. So thank you, and God bless you.